Against the background of the successful advance of Russian troops along the entire front line, Russian military intelligence continues to successfully identify and destroy enemy objects and places of accumulation of enemy manpower. Analysts note that over the past 5-6 months, the effectiveness of Russian missile strikes has increased significantly. Moreover, the number of Russian pinpoint missile strikes on the territory of Ukraine is growing every month. Observing what is happening, analysts and experts concluded that since January of this year, Russia has been launching targeted missile strikes on the territory of Ukraine almost in non-stop mode. It is reported that in the last 20 days alone, Russia has managed to destroy dozens of strategically important military facilities of the armed forces of Ukraine and NATO. Moreover, these missile strikes also claimed the lives of hundreds of high-ranking officers of the armed forces of Ukraine and NATO countries. And judging by the latest reports from Ukraine, Russia does not appear to be slowing down. So, it became known that on the night of January 23, Russia launched another missile attack on the territory of Ukraine. This time, only the Kharkiv and Kiev regions were subjected to missile strikes. At the same time, it is worth noting that most missile attacks were carried out on cities and villages of the Kharkiv region. Throughout the night, an air alert sounded in the Kharkiv region and the city of Kharkiv. Witnesses claim to have seen and heard dozens of explosions in the central and northern parts of Kharkiv. In particular, a targeted missile strike was carried out on the Saltovka residential area, located in the northeast of Kharkiv. As it turned out, there was a base of foreign mercenaries from Britain, France, and Poland who fought on the side of the armed forces of Ukraine. According to preliminary data, more than 70 soldiers of fortune from France, Poland, and Britain died during this missile strike. At the same time, it is worth noting that the destroyed base of foreign mercenaries was located in a residential area, and was surrounded by residential buildings of ordinary citizens. According to the Russian military, foreign mercenaries hid in a residential area in the hope that Russian missiles would not reach them there. However, as we can see, this did not help them. At the same time, the Russian military claims that nearby residential buildings were not damaged during the missile attack. Moreover, it is reported that among the destroyed foreign mercenaries were also representatives of the French Ministry of Defense, who came to Ukraine for the bodies of 13 identified French soldiers, who died during the previous missile attack on Kharkiv. Let me remind you that earlier, on January 16, Russia destroyed the center of temporary residence for foreign mercenaries in the center of Kharkiv. As a result of this missile attack, the death of 60 French citizens aged 20 to 50 years was confirmed. And by now, the bodies of only 13 French soldiers have been identified. Returning to today's Russian missile attack, it is also worth noting the strike on the base of the Ukrainian Nationalist formation, Kraken. This base was destroyed in the city of Balaklia, in the Kharkiv region. Ukrainian nationalists were stationed on the territory of the former pioneer camp. It is reported that more than 100 Ukrainian nationalists were killed during this missile attack. The city of Chugov, in the Kharkiv region, was also subjected to a missile attack. It is reported that in the northern part of this city, Russian missiles destroyed a NATO warehouse that contained shells and missiles for Western multiple launch rocket systems and self-propelled artillery installations. Unfortunately, it is not specified which missiles took part in the destruction of foreign mercenaries in NATO facilities on the night of January 23. However, it is reliably known that on this day in Belarus, 7 MiG-31K interceptor fighters with Kinzhal hypersonic missiles took to the air. Therefore, it can be assumed that on January 23, foreign mercenaries and Ukrainian nationalists, along with a NATO depot, were destroyed with the help of Russian Kinzhal hypersonic missiles. Thus, it becomes clear that Russia does not give its enemies a break by continuing to demilitarize Ukraine on all fronts, depriving Kyiv not only of Western military equipment, but also of foreign mercenaries.